Okay, I think we're all ready to go.
Thank you for letting me come, friends.
You're welcome.
Friends and fellow travellers of like-mindedness.
Yes, very much.
I'm grateful for the reception and for the host of others that are here too. I come from a place that I call Ambrosia. Other people call it different names. It was very much like Earth, but lighter.
Yes, we understand.
No time, no beginning, no end. But a beautiful place of learning and light. And to see the different dimensions of the universe as it unfolds. I'm very lucky to be in an environment that I've always wanted to be. Whilst on Earth, I never believed of such a place, and spent time disproving the origins of what I now am lucky to call my Ambrosia. The afterlife, some people call it. But I did see the light in the end. But it can't be what I ever imagined on Earth as it is now. And fellow travellers, think of what you think you already know for when you arrive at the place that is individual to you. The light and the colours will amaze you. I have come though to warn and to praise, to warn about protection, as there's some among you, including this medium, neglect their protection.
Yes, we understand that.
You will be asked to do deeper, higher level of work, and protection is very, very important. But also the praise. The praise is that we like what you are doing.
Thank you.
We enjoy what you experience, because we experience the joy that you experience when you experience joy.
Thank you, that's nice to know.
I am at a learned position, and there is an opportunity now to ask a question, if you so feel it.
As you call what we call the spirit world Ambrosia, can you tell us which ancient civilization you were living in where you used that term?
I am of my home planet, which is Earth. I've seen other planets. The time that I am in It's reflected in my world, my life. For me, it's a time of flowers and springtime. It's a time of horse-drawn carriages. It's a time of abundance and joy and full wheat fields and fresh waterfalls and streams and light.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's my ambrosia. I call it ambrosia. Some people call it the Summerland.
They do, yes.
I do travel. I'm lucky to travel. And I am learning, like we all learn, at the different levels, to travel higher. You think you learn on your earth plane, but once you're in spirit, even the higher levels of spirit, you learn the dimensions of the universe and the mathematics of the universe and the frequencies that are involved in the movement of time.
Yes. The movement of time and space. And
Yes.
interaction.
I will leave you now. I will return with messages for you to help with your development to a higher level of understanding and frequency.
Thank you.
Frequency is important.
It is, yes.
I will go now.
Thank you for joining us and thank you for speaking with us.
Her name is Doyle. Arthur Doyle.
Thank you, Arthur. You okay?
Mm. Yeah.
It's really interesting.
That was very interesting.
Yes.
You know who it was now, don't you?
You me?
I can't. I know the name.
Arthur Conan Doyle.
Oh, that's a bit.
He missed his middle
I
name.
missed it.
Because when I asked him
Oh,
where
yes.
he lived, he started talking about the horse-drawn carriages and all the
Yes, yeah.
rest of it. Around Victorian Edwardian.
Arthur Conan. Well, that's what I couldn't connect with because the
Yeah.
second bit. Oh, right.
When I went to the
Interesting.
island, I went to the library, you know the place where he set up for me?
Yeah.
I went in there and sat with him and it was like, you know, he wanted a blend. I said, no, we've got to come out this day. And when I came out, I couldn't come out.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't leave, he was blended with me. That's why I even didn't feel like my body at all.
Yeah, it would be very nice having him work with us because he was one of the founders of spiritualism.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very-
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I was sort of on a meditation sort of really deep, and I got shown a place that I can go that I can understand, and it was like his library, and that's where I went when I went over the bridge. But we sort of blended, and I just couldn't couldn't
Yeah.
when we came back, I just couldn't lose him.
Mhm.
He didn't want to go, and I would have to have sat here quietly
Yeah.
for an hour or something. With my eyes closed.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, he's big though. That's quite.
Yeah.
He's a big and powerful, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does he call it ambrosia?
I don't know. What was that all about?
I don't
I
know,
could
Never
hear
heard
something.
the
but
term, that's all.
I have heard the term. That's why I asked.
Yes, I've heard
That's
of
why I
it.
asked the question. I've heard the term. I know some early spiritualists called it summer land above,
Yeah.
and I've heard that expression, and I've heard ambrosia mentioned before as well. And
I suppose it's another word for paradise or
it's
something.
another word for paradise or
Mm.
nirvana or
To look it
whichever.
up.
Because all the religions have different
Yeah.
names, which is why I thought
Yeah.
to start with, it was one of the ancient religions that
Yeah.
called it
It's
ambrosia.
really,
I don't really.
Hmm?
I just think of creamed rice. Ambrosia creamed rice.
Exactly.
yes, it does come
Exactly.
to
It's been pudding.
Yeah.
Well, that's heaven as well, rice pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's creamy rice bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wonderful. That's
And custard, of course.
That's somebody good to have with us, isn't it?
Hmm?
That's somebody good to have with us. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got lots.
We've got them all, haven't we?
We've got a lot of very powerful people on the spirit side working with us,
Yeah.
which is lovely.
Yeah.
It really is.
I couldn't shake him though when I came back. I couldn't shake him at all.
No.
Which is a bit off-putting, because you should be in control, shouldn't you? You should be in charge.
You're in charge, yeah, but you wanted to get the job done.
Yeah.
So now I'm here.
But he's been trying
Yes.
all week, last couple of days, and I've been putting him off.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I like to be in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk.
You're laughing at Tania.
Oh. Crikey, thank you. That's me done. I'll go to sleep now.
Yes. Who's next?
You looking to go, Brenda?
Well, no, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. I'll just go. But I haven't got anybody. I had to say it, yeah. Yeah.
We never have to sit down.
No, I
Some-
never
some of
have.
us
It's
anyway.
a bit worrying, isn't it? When you
No.
sit there and you think, oh, you don't. Oh.
They will never let you down.
I want to speak. I want to speak to you about your journeys. Each one of you have the journeys that is meant for you to travel along. It's the journeys that you walk alone. You don't see, hear, or sense, because those journeys are for you, for your higher self to learn, for your higher beings to be aware of when that time comes. We are friends here. We know each other. We understand each other's point of view. We understand what journey we are taking as a whole and as on this earth. But that journey is continuous beyond this time, beyond your earthly time, beyond your thinking, your feelings and your understanding, because we know, as you know, that life goes on. It goes on in a different way. It goes on in a more enlightened way once we pass the earth plane and reach into a different state of being. We do not need physical bodies. We do not need to be physical. We do not need to have anything, because we are free. We are totally free to learn, to work, and to understand where we're going. Our journey here is only a starting point of what we have to do. We have to comply with things that have been planned, not just here, but when we go into the spirit world, so that we work together on the other side and come back in forms that you understand, of thinking, feelings, hearing. We don't need those. We just need to be here and just guide you and support you as you go. The strength and the courage that you sometimes need, it comes from us to help you, to support you, so that you may carry on as the plan that has been made there for you. You join with each one of us and you will work. You will learn, you will teach, you will do the things that you have done on this earth plane. But you will also learn, and you'll also be teaching those here as you did before. These things are part of your life's journey, but they're also preparing you for the journey ahead, so that you become more enlightened and move on to the higher planes of spiritual beings. Each one of you are at different levels, but the help is there, the help is here. We'll always be here, and we always say we'll be here. We're not just of this earth, we are of the cosmos and the universe. We have the understandings of what is happening. Yous worry, and yous become depressed, yous become agitated and fretful. But what is meant to be is meant to be as part of your learning process. You may be in a safe place and can see, looking out, what's happening in this world of yours. But it's for you to learn, so that when you become spirit, you can then become enlightened and help those that really do need it in the future. We will be here because we are angels of light, we're angels of love, we're angels of understanding, and we are precious to you and you are precious to us. I will leave these words with the love of the Creator that surround us. Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
And thank you for speaking with us.
There's, oh, I ain't got nobody with me.
Will anything? Being honest with you.
It does feel like that though. It feels like
Hmm?
it does feel like that. That I've not got a clue.
Yeah. But that's the way Spirit wants us.
Yeah,
Because when you're nice and relaxed, you're receptive.
yeah. So to sit and listening to everybody else.
Yeah.
I think, oh, I'm supposed to do something.
So that's the point, is all of this with the
Yeah.
meditation and everything else
Yeah.
is creating the energy or creating the sense of peace for Spirit to work through us without us trying to block them.
I think I've got to go with that. Shouldn't have said that, should I?
I don't think you had any option.
No, shouldn't have said
I think we got poked.
There we go. Don't particularly like this bit when I feel queer. I'm fidgeting, sorry.
It's all right. She'll be fidgeting more with Red Cloud 6 is orange. When you start fighting him about what he wants to do.
Greetings.
Welcome, my friend.
We are also missing today.
We are, yes.
interested in the things that are being said, not just today, but every time that we meet.
I agree, we get interesting information from people.
It is. We are all very pleased with the progress of you all.
Thank you.
We have noticed that you all work with a good heart, which is very important, because we do not need vanity in our work. We need sincerity. And we have observed that this circle has this.
Thank you.
We spend a lot of time observing you all. Not all people who work in circles are like all of you.
Yes, we understand that.
Many people are not doing this work for the love of it. They are doing it for fame and for the money that they can earn,
Yes, we understand.
which is not what we want at all.
It's not what any of us want either.
But the best work will come from those such as yourselves
Thank you.
that do it with humility and, I will not say curiosity, but interest and the desire to help others and to learn. We try to give you as much as we can,
Yes, we know you do.
but it is important that we do not give too much at one time. Because if we do this, we will not retain it. It is better to go slowly and surely, as you say.
Yes,
Do you not agree?
I do agree, yes.
Just making sure that you are there.
I am, yes. Was I quiet too long?
No, I am playing. You know I like to play. I'm
Yes,
not
I know.
always serious, you know.
I don't, I know.
You may wonder why I'm sitting down. But little one is not well, as I think you know. Darren.
Yes, we know.
And so I do not want to exhaust her,
Okay.
because unfortunately it is a strain, you know,
Yes, we understand.
not for me,
No,
but for little one. It does not hurt, it is just an energy thing.
yes.
But I think I will for a little. just
Yes, I thought you might.
I can't resist. Just a little, and then I will. Because I have to be very careful, because he's not been at all well, you know.
Yes, we know.
In fact, you know, I had rather a problem to get her here today. She was not at all well when she awoke. So I had to call on many specialists to sort this problem out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm only going to do the same. But slowly. Now she's fighting. Slowly, she's fighting.
Do you wish to step forward to give a hand to hold?
No, better not. No, you don't touch one.
Okay.
She doesn't want to, but it's for learning. Greetings. We have spent many happy hours this week. She has discovered the Facebook.
Oh, I see.
She likes the, what do you call them? Reels?
Oh, yes, I understand, yes.
We have been watching the powwows.
Ah, yes, understand.
We have been dancing, but little one likes my dances, not the ladies.
I understand,
There's a difference
of course.
between the ladies and we men.
Yes.
And she wants to do the male dance. I better sit down. She's getting very... She... We have much love for all of you.
No, you do, yes.
And I do like to have a joke with you. But I have such affection for all of you
Thank you.
because you let me play and not be too serious. And now I am in trouble because I have stood too long. All right. That's better. But I'm in trouble now.
Yes, but you're always in trouble anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it?
She'll be all right. As I say, always remember that we are all there for all of you in your endeavours.
Yes, we know.
And we want you to be tolerant of all people. Take care of the earth, because she is very important, Mother Love.
Very much.
She's been so neglected in these days, but then always has. But we, as our nature, of our tribal customs, we always placed Mother Earth at our centre.
Yes, we know.
For
you do.
without her, we are finished.
Exactly.
If it is acceptable to you, Dave, I will allow one person.
Of course. Of course.
I would like to speak to you about the importance of protecting yourselves in working.
Yes, we understand.
It is so important, and I myself, in my work, I dealt with many things, exploration things, and since I've been on this side, I have observed that in the excitement of discovering new things, sometimes it is forgotten to be taking great care and protection. And this is why I have come to advise you all that this is very, very important. Especially, I think of the work into the universe. There are great strides being made at the moment, but we feel that much care needs to be taken because we feel that too much attention is being paid to the scientific achievements and care needs to be taken because the universe and this universe, you do not yet apprehend what is out there, and you are just babies in this situation, and great care needs to be taken because it is greater than you, not you personally, I mean humanity.
Yes, we understand.
The scientists. Much attention needs to be paid to making sure, to researching first, and not just going ahead too energetically without great care, because as yet the earth plane does not know fully what lies in these other dimensions, and you do not know the other universes.
Yes, we understand.
We feel, I won't say that you are dabbling, you are eager to learn, but great care needs to be taken because, how can I put it? You can trigger something not good,
Yes, we understand.
if I can put it like that.
It has to be done in a way that's safe.
Very,
For mankind.
very, very carefully,
Yes.
and because once that you take a wrong step, it can reverberate throughout immense regions,
Yes.
which would be calamity. So I have come to bring this to your attention.
Thank you.
Do not mean to put fear, but great care needs to be taken because great trouble could follow.
Yes, we understand.
And that is why I have come.
Thank you for coming and speaking with us.
I know that you personally cannot do this, but if I make it known, it might do some good because we are getting a little bit alarmed with all these private journeys going on.
Yes, I understand.
And it is rather worrying for us.
It is for us also.
So thank you for listening to me, I thank Red Cloud for allowing me to speak to you today.
Thank you for speaking with us.
I myself are not from Earth, but now I have found some words. Last time that I came, I could not talk to you. Had no words.
No, well, you found them this time, and it's been a pleasure listening to your words, so thank you.
Thank you all. Well then, I shall go now.
That was very interesting. Thank you for bringing that person through to us.
Much to think about, isn't there?
Very much so, yes.
Well, thank you for allowing us here today, and we'll see you next time.
We will indeed, yes. We always look forward to your visits.
So do I. I usually have to be very serious, you know.
I know you have to be serious with other groups, yes.
I like it here because you let me be myself.
Yes. Okay. Need a hand.
Give her your hand, Dave. All right.
Thank you.
It's interesting how some, when they come through, are quite passive, and some you physically get knocked them out. You know? It's different, isn't it? So some are really passive and it's light, and then some feel like they had a great train driven through you.
Yeah, I mean, Red Cloud does this. I mean, the bit at the end, he does work with other mediums, not just Monica. But if you see any of his work with anybody else, it's just philosophy. You haven't got the haven't got the interaction that we have. It's come through, talk philosophy, close down, bump. There's no interaction with the medium that he's got with Monica, and there's no interaction with the group that he has with us, which is why he likes his group so much.
He
Like you
likes
said.
it here, don't he?
Yeah. Like he just said, he says, I like it here because I can be myself. Don't have to be serious all the time.
Yeah, it's what gets me is the fact that what's coming through from Red Cloud or through whoever it is that works with them, it's amazing because you know it's coming straight. You know, it's, you know, you get, when you give a message, you know, up on the rostrum and that, it's different. It's just, you think, it's that other type of,
It's because
It's
on the rostrum,
amazing, isn't it?
You're still you're
connecting,
passive, aren't you?
yeah.
You're passive. Whereas
Yeah.
trance
It's
healing,
absolutely,
you're 100% all in. You're not
Yeah.
passive.
Yeah.
no, you're not in control.
It's a joint.
It is.
Joint.
It's
Yeah,
definitely,
you-
isn't it?
You're working as a team with spirit.
Yeah.
I
So
felt
you-
blended today. I felt
Yeah.
for the first, not the first time, but I felt very much when I was in the study. We was blending over, and I'm saying, wait, and he was coming over, and I felt when I went up there, I felt very blended. And I don't always feel that. Don't always feel that, especially when I've had like people coming to rescue.
Yeah, but you will do.
Mm.
As you develop now, especially when you get into the trance healing side of it, which you will be doing more of, you will find that you're blending your energy with guides.
Yeah.
Because when I'm on platform, I'm just I'm blending energy with my guides. They're doing the work.
Yeah.
I do my prayers, I do my philosophy, everything. It's spirit doing all the
Yeah,
work.
definitely,
It's
Even when I'm doing my communication, a lot of the time, the mediumship is them doing it.
We've been having a laugh with him this week because been dancing up and down the living room.
You said about that, yeah.
And
yeah.
I love it because I'm hopeless with my phone, you know, with Facebook. I don't send any messages because I'm completely...
No, he did say, he said that you've been doing all
All I do is watch the video.
Yeah.
I'm watching them all the while.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he said, that's what he said. He said you're watching the reels.
yeah.
He said, but you're doing all of the Native American dancing.
Yes,
He said,
yeah.
but you won't learn the female steps. You always do the male ones.
I want to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what he said.
The females, you see, I want to do it now. Look. The females do this. And have a hand and the female.
They
I don't
do
want
it.
that. I want to do. And I've been doing it in front of his picture, and I said, I love this red cloth. So I think.
Yeah. But he was talking about it, so he's obviously there with you when you're
Oh
doing
yes, I
Yeah,
could
you know what I'm
feel
saying?
him, you know.
Yeah.
And when I was saying to him, I says, "Oh, I don't want those ladies dancing red clan. I like them, the men's one, you know."
Yeah, it's more fun.
Watching all the powwows,
Yeah.
you know, on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, one after the other, you know. Yeah. He's got his hands full, I know.
No, he loves it. He loves you to bits, mate. He loves you to bits.
I don't feel like we've got anything really today.
Don't feel trancy.
We're all
No, I
set.
don't feel trancy at all
Don't feel
today.
trancy. No one does, do they?
Oh, that's a sign.
Yeah, hands always go cold when you work.
Taking your knee blanket just to do his round, yeah.
Yeah.
See, you could learn that, Darren.
What's that?
Worn your shorts and brought a knee blanket.
Yeah. I've always disrespectful showing my hairy legs again, eh, Brenda? You did have a little fiddle with my kneecaps, didn't you?
Who was fiddling with your kneecaps?
Brenda was. I had to sit next to her on
I was
Wednesday.
explaining to her that that's what you said.
She was
to
tweaking
Eddie.
me.
Twiddle the hairs.
I had to
and
sit
they-
next to
they
her as
go,
well. I would normally sit there, but I had to sit there on Wednesday. I think it's sort of exposure of my legs.
You got her all excited. Have you missed me?
Always.
Well, I gave you a rest last time.
yes.
Listen, can't have too much of a good time, you know. Got to spread myself about a bit.
You mean you were still in the pub and forgot?
Yes, okay. I was in the pub. We were having a good old drink. We were having a good sesh, we were. Yes. Yes, we were having a good session. A lot of talking, a lot of drinking. A lot of, well, I can't tell you it all.
No.
There's ladies
There's ladies present, yeah.
Ladies present, yeah, yeah. Although, I had to come when I heard about knees being fiddled with. Although I've only got one. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if they were taking the mick, really.
I thought you got it back when you went up there.
Well, I do sometimes and I don't sometimes. It's funny.
Fair enough.
Sometimes I feel like I've got it and other times I don't. So it's a bit of a bugger because I don't always know. And I try to go and I'm so I make a right tit of myself, I do. Oh, dear me. Well, not as much as a tit as this lot down here, eh? Good, bloody hell. Oh, yeah. What is it? You're flipping elections? Good God. Who's got him? Reform. But I tell you, if I was here, I'd vote for them buggers and all. God, none of your toffs and all your bloody Labourites. Oh my God. They ain't for the working man is Labour. Oh no.
True.
Got all these
No.
bloody educated, university educated toffs tried to say he's the working man. No, I ain't done a day's work in his life, has he? No, don't put himself in any kind of danger, doesn't know what to do. No, no. I can't say any of them put themselves in danger, but at least the Conservatives, you know they're toffs. They're all toffs. But Labour, they're like a wolf in sheep's clothing, aren't they, at the minute?
Mm-hmm.
You do not know what they're thinking.
Mm.
So when that happens, a gap opens up.
Mm.
I do agree, and I would vote for them, but I'm not sure how far this is going to go. So we're going to have to watch them, and we're going to have to watch them closely, because I don't know if they can be wholly trusted at this moment in time, because now I am now up in spirits. I do appreciate we all have a right to live. It's a good job they didn't ask me that 15 years ago, isn't it, really? Because no, there were certain people who did not deserve to live. They didn't deserve to breathe, never mind live. And that's why I did the job I did. I took them out. They didn't see me coming, they didn't hear it, and it was too late. That was it. Split. But yes, yeah. It's been fun watching from up there. It really has. All these bloody lies that they keep saying. People believe them, don't they? And then what happens? They do stuff that none of you like. Well, you stupid buggers, you let them in. God, you should know by now, they're all liars. They will all tell you what you want to hear. But they are doing what they want in the back. They always planned to rob the poor and the elderly, because you're a soft touch, aren't you? Sorry to say it, but you are.
You sound like you've been listening to me.
Well, I think we would agree on lots of things on
Yeah, we
those
would,
things.
yeah.
But it's despicable, isn't it? Because that's what our society is about, is how you look after the elderly, the infirm, the frail, the vulnerable. That is what our society is supposed to be about.
Mm.
You care for those, you have a decent society. You pick on them and you create revolution, because someone is not going to be happy And I think there are multiple of someones who are not happy at this moment in time, and someone's got their arse kicked. I think somebody knows he's gone too far with his smug little face. But he don't do it, does it? He doesn't do it honestly. That's what I do not like about all of this lot. They're not honest. If you've got something to say, you're up front and say it. I don't like your bloody face. I don't like your legs, because you've got two and I've only got one. But be honest, be truthful, tell them it's a bit of a shit show at the moment, isn't it? Everything has gone. I won't say it, but you know what I mean.
You know what I mean, yeah.
Exactly. But to get out of this, you've got to be honest, and you've got to say it's going to be painful. Things usually are. But then when you get through the painful bit, it's much better. But too many bloody liberals around at the moment. You can't say what you like, can't do what you like. And this is why we're in the mess we're in. Because there are decent people in government. Well, can't say all. A few, but some see it as an easy option to a job. They think, oh, I'll get elected, I'll do what I like. I get paid the money. My name's in the paper. It's not like that now. You've got to work for your people. You've got to work for your community. You've got to tell them, you can have this, but you can't have that. If you want this, then you have to forgo that. It's not easy. You've got to balance everything up. I know this because, yeah, we shouldn't have been where we were. Again, bloody idiots at the top deciding our futures. Weren't them on the front line, was it? No. It was them in their little offices going, ooh, sent us lot out there in all of that. God. It makes me angry now to think about what we had to go through. And he says, it's like, they'd say to you, well, it's only that, go over there, do this, do that, you know. But it wasn't. It takes a lot to take a person's life. Yes, you do it because it's your job. You know that they're the enemy. But to be there and to have somebody in your sights and to pull that trigger, it takes a lot of guts to do that. But we always believed it was our job. We were told a load of cock and bull story. We all knew it weren't right, but what can you do? You've signed on the dotted line. You signed Queen and Country, so you got to go. But when you've been out there and you've seen what we saw, you knew it wasn't right. We were fighting for something that wasn't what we were told. It was rubbish. But this is what this world has come to, hasn't it?
True.
We're all told one thing. We start doing what we're supposed to do, and somebody else in the background is doing something else. But yeah, it's all bullshit, really. That's all I can say. Yeah. It's a bit depressing, really, when you think about it. Yeah. So.
It is. It's not like you to be so serious.
I know. I don't know what's come over me just lately. I've become quite reflective with age, I think. I'm going to blame the age.
I thought you didn't get any older when you're up there.
Well, that's another ball. You do. You might not look like you've aged, but you do.
Mm-hmm.
Your soul ages. You understand things more.
Yeah.
You see stuff. Because we do. We see stuff from up there. And we're desperate to help. But it ain't our life now. It's not our world anymore. So, We have to sit back and we have to watch. We try to send our thoughts to those that are receptive to our thoughts. We try to send those thoughts to them, to try and influence them to think about it. But there are many that are just not listening. They have blanked off. It's about them, my life. Don't care about them, my life. I'm enjoying my life and what I can get. But it isn't. We're in it together, aren't we? We have to have them that will support us, them that will protect us, them that will feed us, them that will look after us, them that will educate us, and them that will kick us up the arse when we need it.
Yeah, you always need them.
Can't quite do that at the moment. I haven't quite got my balance. But yeah, so yes, I think reflection, when we all go through reflection in our lives, often when we go through difficult times, we reflect on what that was all about. What did we learn from that? Why did we have to go through that? For those that are of a like mind to you all and to us in spirit, we understand the process of this. But for some, they just moan about their lives. So we keep on sending the same lessons to them, but they still moan, moan, moan. They don't listen. They don't look at it. They don't learn. But, yes. So, yes, I have become quite reflective. Quite grown up, actually, I think. I'm trying to get promotion. Got another stupidness. Well, not really.
Not really, because you were back in the pub when you finished it.
Well, yeah. All right. I'm trying to present a very professional
And you've done a very good job
balanced
of it.
viewpoint.
Yeah. Well,
It's
you
like an
have.
interview committee, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yes. It's like I'm trying to keep on top of things that are happening in your world. But really, I'm quite happy in my little world with my mates, having a drink, having a boogie, and meeting a few women. Yes.
Boogieing on one leg? Or when you boogie, do you grow the other one back?
Well, I've got a crutch and I can do it. You become very resourceful when you need to be.
True.
So, but, yes. Oh, yes. But yes, I, like I was always getting in trouble. I have listened to those of the elders that have been talking to me and showing me where I had gone wrong. So I am learning and I am developing. And I am trying to present a very honoured viewpoint of spirit. Yes.
Thank you.
Can you hear? I've got people behind me telling me what I must do. I feel like a bloody dummy. No.
I know there's somebody inside in the next chair pulling your string.
Oh yes. Yes. They are doing so. I think they want us to see that even the worst of us can change. Only when we wish to. But yes. But no, it is a very difficult world you are in at this moment in time. But I know that you are all working very hard and you are all helping where you can. And we always endeavour to help you and send you energy wherever you need. That is all I could do at this moment in time.
And
I
that's
do wish I
appreciated.
could come back, 2 legs, and start again. I think I would be more reflective, and maybe I would have made
Or maybe you wouldn't, yes.
got further up the tree, but no. My mouth always let me go. It's like a thought came in my head, and before I knew it, it was
Yes.
and I was trying to, come back. I don't know to say that to you. I was only thinking about But there you go. We all live, we all learn.
We do
We all
indeed.
come back, hopefully an improved model.
That's the theory anyway.
Oh yes. I'm not sure if they'll be able to fully work on me. I'm too much of an independent soul, as they say. But yes. Well, I have gone on far too much.
It's always nice time to come and talk to us.
I will endeavour to allow a little more of myself to come through next time. I hope you enjoy my new self, my calm self,
We did, yes.
reflective self. Personally, I'm
I don't-
bored
I
as
don't-
shit of it.
Yes. I don't think your opinion of today's politicians was that reflective.
No. One tries. Yes. You do know what I mean. I cannot hide my feelings about certain politicians, certain prime ministers, certain presidents, but
Mhm.
it looks like the two idiots are getting what they finally want. One wants a bit of land and one wants all the minerals, doesn't he? Yes. So the buffoons are now being quieter. Oh, we were not happy about all of that.
No.
No.
Nor are we, because all it's about is their greed and their bank balances.
Yes, greed. Yes, making himself more important. Is- But no. If it quietens this world down for a little bit longer, then maybe it's a price worth paying, because I think we were very close to a world being completely blasted.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the word I did not like, still really don't like, compromise. My viewpoint was either you're right or you're wrong. There's no in between.
Mm-hmm.
You're either right or you're wrong. And he was wrong. And he was right. But compromise all the way. Right. I'm going off because my beer is getting flat.
Mm-hmm.
My women are going cold. And I've had too much of being good. So I will see you next time, and be good until I see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you again.
Thank you.
You take care. So if you can't be good, be careful.
Can't be careful. Can't be good. Buy a pro. I would just like to say thank you for listening to all of us in spirit today.
It's a pleasure, as always.
It is always a pleasure for us to come and sit amongst you, for we know that you are enlightened and you are like us. You understand the world, you understand people, and you know what is right. And you understand this world needs people like yourselves to put light and love into this world, because it has become quite dark at times. Many parts of this world are very dark, and people are oppressed, and they cannot get from underneath that oppression because they have no fight left in them. They have been under war conditions for too long, under dictatorships for too long. And even though you would always say that your lives are not perfect, perfection is very hard to come by. But if you were one of those souls in one of those countries looking at your lives, I'm sure that they would believe that you had a perfect life. You have shelter, you have warmth, you have food and drink, you have jobs, you have lives, you have purposes, you have family. So when, as you always will, all of you, you are human, you look at your life and think, where is it going? Why have I not got this? Why have I not got that? Why have I been denied this? Look at what you do have. You have great things. You have valuable things that people look at and wish that they had. So be grateful for what you have, for the companionship that you have within this family, of this circle, and of this church, and your community. And be grateful that you are in it all together. That if you are struggling one day, one of your family will come along and take the burden from you and help you. So many people do not have that. So when you struggle mentally or physically because you're exhausted by your world, then open your heart and one of your family will come forward. For you are all linked together. You all know when one of you is not right, or is low in mood, or perhaps is worried about something in their life. You are there. You instinctively know that person is not quite right, because you are picking up their energy, their signals that they are sending out for help, and you are getting it. So I am very grateful for people like you in this world, for you are doing our work. You are carrying on where we all left off. We all have our battles and our things that we must achieve in this life. Some of us were in battle. Some of us were fighting for our own communities. It is not quite like that anymore, but there are still battles within communities to be won. You, at this time, are having battles with drugs amongst your young and your old. But it is having a very negative effect on your communities. Sadly, people don't seem to know their neighbours as well as they once did. There was a time where people would sit out on their porchways and they would chat to their neighbours or the person passing their road. They would know each and every child and their parent, so any misdemeanours could soon be rectified by a simple word or a look. But life isn't quite as simple as it was, and things have changed, and we now have many different cultures in your communities. However, good grace, honesty, and a willingness to learn about other people has never gone away. And your welcoming hearts help those that feel isolated in their communities. You do not know the power of a simple gesture, of a smile, a good morning. How are you feeling? It lifts that person's soul, and you do not see it, because you are not in it for that. You are not in it for the glory. Oh, I am wonderful. I can help people. You quietly go about your journey and your work, which is befitting of spirit. Those that go for the glory, for the money, are truly not working for spirit. They're working for themselves. They claim they're working for us, but they're not. Anybody could stand upon a platform and give messages. Okay, yes, some are not as accurate as others. And that is what that person requires at this time. But there is a lot of work that goes on underneath and behind the scenes that helps people on their daily lives. And that is what you are here to do. You are here to help each and every one of you embrace the community and help where you can. You are all with kind hearts, clear minds, and a willingness to work for your community without anybody saying what a wonderful person you are. We already know you are wonderful, each and every one of you, for what you do. You all help different people at different times, in different ways. And healing, it can be many things. Listening to somebody, helping somebody with some advice, being there shoulder to shoulder with someone as they step into the unknown of a difficult time in their life. And we appreciate that each and every one of you do this on a daily basis. And we wish for you to know that our heartfelt thanks are with you each and every day. And so I will leave you to the rest of your afternoon, but I just wished to thank you for all that you do for each and every one around us at this time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've just got a stiff sitting.
Do you need a hand?
Yeah.
I had a wobbly radiator at the beginning. That radiator was wobbling.
Was it?
Yeah. At the beginning, with the first, with the squaddy, it was well wobbly. I kept thinking, is it me? Clear my eyes.
I heard some creaking.
Yeah.
creaking.
I thought,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, it
I
came
wondered
through
if
the
the
door.
heating had been
and I-
turned on. I thought,
Yeah, it came through the...
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, we both heard it, didn't we,
Yeah.
earlier? Came through, and they were like piling up round there.
Yeah.
And there's a wobbly radiator. I kept thinking,
Yeah.
right, it's me, it's my eyes, it's my eyes.
Oh, you
Then
must
it did stop.
stop
it did
messing
stop.
with the radiators.
well, he did say he was like a puppet because there was somebody sat in the next seat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's quite a lot of like there to
There
the...
was a lot
Made
there.
me laugh because he started off in the usual way and then he gradually changed to behaving himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because he's got somebody that's
Must have been a sergeant major something.
Yeah.
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 Behave yourself.
He became quite serious.
Yeah,
Well, after
he-
he finished slagging off
After he's
politicians.
done his
Yeah.
political broadcast.
Eh?
I think he
His
got
political
reprimanded,
broadcast.
don't you? They had to get somebody at the side of him to get him in order because he was well on form, weren't he?
I felt quite... I could see quite a lot of energy there.
There was a lot there, yeah.
All the way along. Just like
What
that
you're
back straight.
listening to, rant and on.
Probably.
Oh no. He's looking for promotion though. Definitely, yeah. Don't know where he's coming
I still
I
don't
don't think
understand.
you'll get it. From what I've seen of him on the video.
No, I still don't know why he hasn't got, you know, he prefers to walk around with the peg leg. Hang on, I'm going off after the
It's
girls.
good to
Oh,
know
why
that.
don't you put your proper leg back on so you can dance properly then?
That was a question, though. I mean, it's good to know in the spirit world there is sex. Well, it was a question. It was a question in my mind, like, you know, does sex still happen? What, making love still happen? Because you don't need to make babies, so it doesn't still happen.
Not.
I mean, he was active, but he was at it, you know, he was at it, being careful and all that whatnot. So there must be the act of love, making love, I suppose.
I think it's probably
You get
like
different
dancing,
versions, don't
like-
you?
you get different
People
versions.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Some
dancing.
people- there's none of that kind of thing, and then
it's
Well-
the same. It's the same with having meals and everything.
Yeah,
You don't need to, but you can if you want to.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I
And
think. It's the act, isn't
It's
it?
the same
It's
with
like
sex as
dancing,
well.
you know, like you don't need to have babies.
on something I read in one of these books was when you first go to spirit, they keep it as near to what you've been used to
Yeah.
as possible, and then gradually, as you become more evolved, you what's the word? I lose my words now, you know, because I'm old. What's the word I want? You don't have the need for all those
Yeah,
things,
they
and
say
you're
that,
used
yeah,
on for more of an energy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lower planes are more
Yeah.
base, they say,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
More animalistic, the lower planes,
Yeah,
and more
yeah.
higher levels you go.
The lower planes are so close to the earth plane, very similar.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
what they call the astral planes.
It would be
Which are
a
close to
big
the
shock though, wouldn't it, to arrive in it and you were straight into that evolved state, you know.
Yeah, but
I'd prefer
you know,
to keep
it's
things
my
quite
father.
normal.
Yeah, my father-in-law. You know, he's gone back, and he's still talking about not having his leg.
Mm.
My father-in-law, when Ali's dad passed, the first time he came through, he says, "Brilliant, I got my leg back."
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
That's what I
he-
understood,
yeah,
that
he
you...
don't have
Perhaps
he-
you're paying a penance
he's-
for something.
Yeah.
I think a thought is
Or
an
he's still
action,
playing the
isn't it?
sympathy vote with all the girls.
Yes.
So I think
Yeah.
a thought is an action, and an action is a thought. So if you want your leg, you think it. If you don't want it, you think it.
Yeah.
Your thought is an action.
Mm.
You know, if you want to make love to somebody, it's an action, it's a thought, it's done. Because you've got telepathy, you haven't got the physical, you don't need to,
Mm.
you might, you know, or you want to eat, you want to have that feeling of being full up and satisfied. But you're not hungry, you're going to starve. So
But
it must be all thoughts and actions, all linked.
You got thoughts and actions all linked. In his case, he's not long been over. He's not far spiritually developed, so he's still learning on that side,
Yeah,
which is why he's still holding on to how he was on the earth plane,
yeah,
which is why he's still down the pub with his mates that died in Afghan as well,
yeah.
you know, and all that type of stuff.
Mm.
And going out, you know, treating going to the bar with his mates like being in the naffy and going out on the
Yeah,
trying to pull the girls afterwards.
yeah.
So are there girls in spirit that want to be like that will go to the naffy and get pulled by squaddies? Is that their idea of spirit? You see what I mean?
Exactly.
How do we all got our own ideas? Me and Carol about
The thing is,
of how you want spirit to be and how you want to. But then, what happens when you interact with other spirits
yeah,
and your lives cross over, just like that? So let's say Squiddy wants to meet with his mates and girls that like it were in
Yeah,
on the earth. And
but
if you one of them get ladies that went girls that went up, was that what you'd want as well? You'd have to find.
no, because
like-
what you've
like the
got
spirit.
is you've got the squaddies and you've got the young women who are all undeveloped spiritually and they're carrying on the sort of lifestyle that they had when they were here.
Right, yeah. So you.
The ones that are more spiritually evolved go to your level of development.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've always
You go to
understood
your
it as
level,
different
don't you?
levels
There's
and
different
layers.
levels.
Yes,
And that
Yeah.
you'll end up at the layer that you're meant to.
You'll end up at the
So
level.
I always think, like in my mind, that my mum is totally anti anything spiritual, all the rest of it. So for me, she'll go in at the lowest level.
Yeah.
Because when you're dead, you're dead. That's it. Nothing else. All the rest of it. But because of what we do, I think we will go we won't go to the bottom level.
No.
We'll go somewhere halfway.
We'll go to the level that suits our
Because
level
we've
of
still got
development.
lots
Yeah.
to develop and understand.
But bearing in mind, what we're doing here all the time, we're developing all the time.
Yeah.
We're working, some of us are working with very high level guides.
Mm.
You're not going to come in at a low level where you're not still linked with those guides because they're still part of your soul group and they're working with you to bring you on.
Yeah, well, Carol was talking the other day when we was in the bath about soul groups, and it was like
He's letting it all out now.
it's a big bath. It's a big bath. It's great. It's sparkling. Like, so if we were on a soul group on Earth, would we be on the same soul group plane when we're up there? I know you can go down to visit different planes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you can't go up to visit. So
No.
are we all on the same plane?
We're all on a different plane because we're interacting here. So we're not
Right.
necessarily in the same soul group.
Right.
But your guides, a lot of your guides will be in the same soul group as you. Because they
Right.
work with you when you're on the earth plane, and you help you guide them when they're on the earth plane,
Okay.
on different incarnations. So you're all learning together.
Okay.
And the one, I think it was with Ali, was it through you, Tam, or somebody else? When Ali passed, she came through and said, I wish I'd done what you said before and started working with you on the earth plane.
Yeah.
Says because now I'm working my ass off up here to get to the level you're at, so we're together when you come over.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you've got lots of different ways of looking at it.
Yeah, because that'd be a shame, wouldn't it, if you're on a different plane?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something I've thought of,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we
I,
talked
you,
about
I
that.
don't want to arrive on a plane where none of my loved ones.
Yeah,
and
exactly, because they're
you know,
underdeveloped or overdeveloped.
Yeah, because they're
Yeah.
not as
Yeah.
developed as I've become.
But the ones that are lower developed,
Yeah,
you can go and visit any time.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
The ones on the lower levels you can go visit any time.
yeah,
The ones on the higher levels are going to come down and see you anyway.
yeah,
So that you won't be cut off from any of them.
So I
Yeah.
suppose if you had multiple husbands and wives, you'd only be with the one that was on
Well,
the
I've
level.
had two. That's
Exactly,
a puzzle.
so would you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
two husbands when
Mm.
you go up there?
Mm.
But not if they're on different levels, surely.
Well, one of mine would be on a higher level than the other one because my
So where
my
would you
fir-
fit on that then?
My,
Where
I
would
don't
you-
know.
where
My
would-
first husband didn't believe in it at all.
So where would you go between the two of them?
I don't know.
My
To
understanding
find
is
out.
if you've had multiple husbands,
Yeah.
wives, whatever,
Yeah,
you go to the one and you stay with the one that you were the closest
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
that you choose
The
to
one that
be
you
Yeah.
had,
with.
the one
Right.
that you had that.
Even though it might be on a lower
Yeah.
level than your development.
yeah,
Wow, that's
No.
that's
Because I still think, yes, we've got different layers, but
Mm.
in those layers, there's multiple layers.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
there is, and it's
So-
there's all sorts of hotel with millions of pigeonholes behind all the keys.
yeah.
You've got that much of a breakdown.
Mm.
And if there's not
But also when sometimes when you're on the earth plane, you meet people, you get married, you have a life together. You may not meet your soulmate.
Mm.
So you
I
may
don't
just
think everybody does meet you a soulmate, do they?
No, they don't.
Some people
No.
are so close together. That's what
Yeah.
I mean by soulmate. Like
Yeah.
a couple that meet and are so close. Mm. Yeah.
But I know with Ali we were because we've been together in multiple lives.
Yeah. Mm. My first husband, who died a couple of years ago, he didn't believe at all. And yet 2 weeks after he passed, I was in Circle and he come through to Linda. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he must have had a big shock when he
Well, it's a shock, isn't it?
He used to say, you're dead, you know. So he had a big shock. And he
said
come
to
through.
Mum, you're going to have the biggest shock of your life,
Yeah,
Mum, when you
and he
wake up
come
over
through
there.
to say he was sorry how he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when she's standing there looking at herself lying on the floor thinking, what?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I can't. I'm only 82, for God's sake. I'm going to live and live and live.
Well, you want to.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's been lots of thought-provoking stuff
Yeah.
today, hasn't there?
It makes you sort of go into yourself and be pondering, doesn't it?
Well, it
Afterwards.
does, yeah. Because
Yeah.
we don't, when we talk about soulmates and soul groups, we
Mm.
don't think about how many incarnations we've had.
Yeah.
You know.
Gives me the headache when you think about it too much.
Yeah, when you
think,
think, when you think about it,
oh,
they won't tell you anyway. they will only show you the ones that are relevant to what you're doing in this life.
Mm.
So the ones where you're working spiritually, for instance, or a healer or whatever.
Yeah.
So I know about probably 7 or 8 of mine, but that's about it.
I only know 2 snatches of, one snatch of one and one snatch of another,
Yeah.
and that's all I've got. I know no big situation, just a
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm yeah.
Second.
On mine, I know I was
Yeah, I
Native
know
American.
you. Yeah.
I know I was Native American because of obviously Whitehall used to call me by a nickname, didn't he?
Mm.
Which I thought was a nickname, which turned out it was Running Bear's son.
Oh right.
The name that he was calling me by.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he used to call me Running Bear, Young Buck in circle,
Yeah.
which I just thought would be the name, thought nothing of it.
Mm.
Years later, we were doing a workshop weekend somewhere, and somebody was doing some trance work, and Red Cloud came through, and he said, "You've got to ask Joan to link in with her guide Running Bear to find out who Young Buck was." I thought, what?
Oh.
And she came back the next day, she linked with him, and Young Buck was her son, and he died in the Indian Wars at 19, in 18, whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Which was quite interesting because the one who is my gatekeeper was actually my brother in that life, and he said he's my gatekeeper now because he didn't look after me then.
Mm.
So I'm now challenging him what I'm doing in this life, isn't he?
Yeah.
Come on then, you, because you need to get going.
Yeah.
So we'll get you on the road. Soon you'll get there. Well, somebody's got to cook when you get there.
I'm not going to just do. I'm not going to get there till late anyway.
Fish and chips tonight, Dave.
There'll be fish and chips, or they'll have a barbie and I'll be eating leftovers.
Oh yeah.
Right. Friends, you have much wisdom today and much discussion. You have had wise ones from the spirit world. You have those less developed who still watch over the earth plane and still critical of the goings on. But that type of thing is good for everyone on the earth plane because that shows how much those in spirit still care about this world. There was much said about caring for Mother Earth and trying to protect Mother Earth from the carelessness mainly of mankind. But there is so much being said also about your spiritual work. Those who are truly spiritual, who work with humility and care so much for others. But others who see it as a way to profit and self-esteem. You know which are which. Unfortunately, there are many, especially on your social media, who do not know which is which. Because even within your local area, you know that there are those who do not work truly with the spirit, but work, as you call, psychically reading the person. do not worry about this, because this type of thing can only work for a short time. People come to your church, to other groups, to get messages, to have confirmation that someone who has passed to the Spirit is now okay, is now their former self. You were talking about soul groups and where people go when they pass, that they can go to the level that they should be at within the spiritual realms. But there is much being said about the spirit world. You have spoken also of the different levels of development. Some in the past said there were 7 levels, with multiple spheres within each level. Does not matter. You were talking also about your loved ones. Will you still be with them? Yes, you will. At the immediate time of passing, you will be reunited, but all that have gone before. If you wish to, of course. There may be those that you do not wish to be reunited with, those who have caused you distress in life. But you will go to the level you are meant to. You will go into a great reception when you first pass the Spirit. There will be a welcoming party to welcome you over. There may be food if you want it. There may be refreshment if you want it. But as has been said, in the spirit world, all things are optional. When you pass, there are no churches. But those who are spiritual can create their own churches within the spirit world and worship as they did before. They may eventually grow out of that. But those who are very devout, for instance, Orthodox Jews and some of the Christian sects, do create their own churches within the spirit realms so that they feel comfortable when they pass over, so that the beliefs they had on the earth plane are still there. Because there are those who pass the Spirit who live their life locked into a religion which controlled their lives. When they pass the Spirit, you are taking away their support structure, their crutch. So for a time, those structures that they expect will be there. As they develop spiritually and understand that religions, as you understand them, are man-made, and that in the spirit world you are just working with spiritual evolution and spiritual development, then you will drift away from those earthly control structures. But also, as was said, you spend your lives with people on the earth plane. You spend many, many years with them. When you pass the Spirit, they will be with you. As you develop spiritually and understand your own separate spiritual journeys, you may not need to be together anymore. Soulmates, as you have discussed, you will be. Because these are souls where your soulmates are where your souls are actually intertwined. You have talk where you are that close to someone that when they pass, you feel that a part of you is missing. And that part that is missing is that link with that soulmate. So your souls are actually intertwined. You become part of each other. At some point in the distant future, you may become one blended soul. Who knows? But that is probably too heavy for the earthly mind to understand. But that is part of the spiritual evolution rather than spiritual development. Because throughout the universe, spirit is developing and evolving. It is becoming bigger, it is becoming stronger, Because as the physical universe expands, with new stars being formed all the time, new planets being formed all the time, new life being formed all the time, that life all has its spiritual equivalent. So the spirit world, as you call it, is expanding just as much as the physical universe. It is growing, it is becoming stronger, but from your point of view, when you travel on your journeys, you did have someone come through in a talk today to say they are now travelling. When they say that, they're not travelling this world. They are travelling throughout the universe to understand how spirit develops, not just around your earth plane, but around the rest of the universe. You also heard from someone not of this world, who says that others are watching this world with trepidation and concern, because mankind is treating the universe very, very lightly, with people taking, I'm not sure what the expression is, tourist trips into space, just for the experience, but again, it is just for profit, just for ego, and these are things that spirit development does not need, because your spiritual development is not to develop your earthly mind. It is not to develop your earthly mind, your ego. It is to develop your soul, so that your soul understands the spirit world, that your soul understands its interconnection with others, with your guides, as you said earlier, you sometimes blend with, and they can blend with you. Because when your energies are that closely tuned, as like in signals on a radio, when you have two signals on a radio, you sometimes hear interference. But when you blend with your guides, that interference is not there. You blend that closely, you have a clear channel, like tuning into a new radio signal. That is what you do when you're doing this work. You're allowing your guides, your inspirers, to blend with you. And the Master Souls work with each and every one of you. Some of you have met the Masters who work with you. When we started this circle today, there was a circle of Masters around you, bringing protection for your earthly bodies, but also providing the energy for all those to come through and speak to you. Because this circle creates a massive amount of energy to allow those on the spirit realms to come and talk to you in this manner. It does not matter where they're from, whether they've walked the earth plane before, whether they are angelic souls, whether they are those souls who have walked on other planets and other worlds, circling stars many thousands of light years away. In the spirit world, all is united throughout the universe. And that concern for the pathway of mankind, being so casual and flippant about science and what is being done now, that is of concern. We talk about your world at the moment. It was mentioned about minerals, mineral wealth from Mother Earth. Taking those minerals from the earth will damage Mother Earth. You may end up creating earthquakes. You may have other side effects of that work. But when mankind also is looking for wealth from minerals and other resources by going to your moon and to other planets to do the same thing. But what you really need to remember, and it has been mentioned earlier, all of these things are not for the benefit of mankind. They are not for the benefit of the spirit world or the benefit of Mother Earth. They are for the benefit of a few who have been exploiting mankind for many, many years. But all of these things you know. As has been said, there's a lot of respect and a lot of pride in this group from the spirit realms. There are many who have spoken to you today who talk about the pleasure of working with you all. That will never change, because the light you bring into this world is immense. In your minds, you listen to the words that are spoken today and think, what can I do to help? You are helping all the time, because we talk about sending light into the world. You may not be able to affect individuals, but you can by sending your light around them. And that collective light coming from the spirit world and others in mankind, sending that light to try and bring calm around them, works. It was stated about the wars in this world that have lessened. There are still wars, there are still conflict, there is still starvation and natural disasters. But if you think that only 80 years ago this world was at war, with most of the world being at war, to now that war being just between two countries, then that has changed. And spirit are trying to contain all of that negativity in that one area. So if you send your light out to the leaders of those countries to try and direct them to find a peaceful resolution, that is the work that you do. Spirit and the angelic send light all the time into this world and direct it to where it is needed. Those on the earth plane can send your own light to help in this work. So yes, that's what you can do to help. Because spirit and the spiritually advanced within this world, working together, will make this world a more peaceful place in the future. There are those on the earth plane whose egos need to be reined in, which you know, but working together we can do that. So we thank all of you for the work that you do, be it in this circle, but in your healing work, in your mediumship, your help for others that you do all the time. And we know that the energy is building all around you all the time. We know that you have new guides coming with each and every one of you, raising the energies around you, which you will have sensed. Do not be put off by this. Although one of you today was overwhelmed by the energy of a new guide working with you, that will not happen in future, because you, from that experience, will learn to tolerate the higher energies of some of the guides that work with you. So in the future, you will work now with more higher power guides, possibly with angels. So all of this work, all of these tests that you put yourselves through, or your guides put you through, are all there to help with your development. And the more developed you become, the more light you bring into this world. So congratulations and thank you in the work you do. We bless you all. Please stay focused on your work. Remember, as was said earlier, to focus on your protection, because there are dark energies in the world, and when you bring light, someone with dark energy or a force of dark energy will try to suppress your light. That is why you need, as you develop, to increase your protection. Bless you all and thank you.
Thank you. Not got a clue. Lots of stuff.
There always is.
Lots and lots.
Lots of
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm.
Good, let's get on. Get in there.
I think it was explained a couple of things, didn't they?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Who was it then, do you think?
I don't know.
It seemed like someone that was an overview of everything.
It was an overview of everything, and whether it was one of the higher masters or angelic even, I don't know.
Keep saying about protection. I mean, we need to keep
Yeah.
ourselves
Yeah.
safe,
I
don't
think,
we?
I think it's because if I think we're all on different journeys. I know we're all on different journeys. I know Carol's on slightly different journey and the rest of it. But I think the ones that want to get more deep involved, we talked about it the other day, didn't we? You were saying about
Yeah.
Dave saying, you know, there's people who want to take it a little bit further, take it a little bit further. There's some people that don't.
Yeah.
You know, I know that Carol at the moment is fine with what she's out doing, whereas I'm a bit more, I've got a bit more of a hunger for it than at first. But I think if that's the case, I need to be a little bit more disciplined and a bit more.
Yeah, you need to
Protection needs
Protection.
to be better. Yeah, you know.
always
Yeah.
remember that.
But I'm always
Yeah.
all right. I'm so surrounded. It's ridiculous. More and more so. Like in preparation, almost more and more so.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but I am a bit lazy with protection.
I think you